Hey everyone, it's Dennis and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of deception. Think of it as a crash course in Lie 101, where we'll be dissecting the different types of liars you might encounter and how to navigate those interactions with grace. Deception, in its many forms, is a craft as old as conversation itself, and grasping its nuances can equip you to be more adept at maneuvering through the maze of falsehoods. We're not talking about becoming a lie-detecting superhero, but rather gaining a deeper understanding of the motivations behind why people lie. This exploration of the art of deception doesn't just spotlight the who's who of liars, it gives you the playbook for turning these tricky moments into opportunities for honesty and understanding. So let's unpack 10 types of liars and how to handle them. First up, we have the compulsive liar. This is the person who embellishes even the most mundane details. They might tell a 15-minute saga about a pigeon stealing their bagel. Compulsive liars often lie without clear motive. It can be a symptom of deeper psychological issues. Patience and empathy are key. Gently guide the conversation back to reality. Establish clear boundaries and value honesty. Next, we're stepping into the realm of the pathological liar. This isn't just someone who tells the occasional white lie. This is a master manipulator. They lie consciously and strategically, often with a disturbing lack of remorse. Pathological liars are often charming and charismatic, making them skilled at gaining your trust. They might spin elaborate tales to impress or manipulate you. Their lies are often so convincing it can be difficult to separate fact from fiction. Dealing with a pathological liar requires skepticism and protecting yourself. Verify their stories whenever possible. Set strong boundaries and don't let them guilt-trip you. If you catch them in a lie, call them out calmly. Sometimes it might be necessary to distance yourself from a pathological liar. Prioritize your own well-being. Now let's talk about the omission specialists. They manipulate the truth by leaving out crucial details. Like magicians, they make things disappear right before your eyes. You might think, well, they didn't technically lie. They thrive in gray areas using half-truths to suit their agenda. For example, a friend says, "Oh yeah, they got back to me." Later, you find out they didn't get the job. Dealing with them requires you to be a detective. Ask probing questions and dig deeper for information. Trust your instincts and seek clarification. Encourage them to elaborate and reveal missing pieces. Transparency is key in any healthy relationship. Ah, the white liar. We've all encountered them, and let's be honest, most of us have probably been one at some point. These are the folks who tell those seemingly harmless little fibs, often with the intention of sparing someone's feelings or avoiding unnecessary conflict. It's that friend who assures you that your questionable new haircut looks totally edgy, or the coworker who claims to have totally forgotten about that deadline you missed. White lies often stem from a good place, a desire to be kind, to maintain harmony, or to avoid rocking the boat. But here's the thing. Even with the best intentions, white lies can erode trust over time. They create a slippery slope where small fibs can snowball into bigger deceptions. So how do you deal with white lies? It's all about creating a culture of honesty, even in small, seemingly insignificant moments. Let people know that you appreciate their honesty, even when it's not what you want to hear. By embracing truthfulness in our own interactions, we encourage others to do the same. Next up, we have the masters of disguise, the cover-up artists. These are the folks who, when caught red-handed, could talk their way out of a maximum security prison with a smile and a well-placed compliment. They lie not necessarily out of malice, but out of a deep-seated fear of consequences. They're the ones who accidentally spill coffee on the new rug and blame it on the cat. Their lies are a defense mechanism, a way to protect themselves from blame, shame, or punishment. Dealing with cover-up artists requires a delicate balance of understanding and firmness. On the one hand, it's important to recognize that their lies often stem from a place of insecurity or fear. On the other hand, it's crucial to establish clear boundaries and emphasize the importance of accountability. Let them know that owning up to their mistakes is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of strength and integrity. Remember, the goal is not to shame them, but to create a safe space where honesty is encouraged and valued. Now let's talk about the intentional liar. This isn't someone who lies out of fear, insecurity, or even a misguided sense of kindness. This is a person who lies for the sheer sport of it. They're like mischievous sprites flitting through life, leaving a trail of tall tales and fabricated dramas in their wake. They might tell you they met Beyoncé at the grocery store or that they have a secret twin brother who's a famous magician. Their lies are often outlandish and easily disproven, but that's part of the fun for them. They get a thrill out of seeing how far they can push the boundaries of believability. Dealing with an intentional liar can be frustrating, to say the least. It can feel like they have no respect for your intelligence or your time. The best way to handle an intentional liar is often to simply not play their game. You could respond with a simple, "That's an interesting story," or "You're pulling my leg, right?" Simply acknowledge their fabrication and move on with your day. Now, we're venturing into a darker territory, the realm of the gaslighter. This type of liar is a master manipulator, skilled at distorting reality and making you question your own sanity. They might deny saying things that you distinctly remember or insist that events happened differently than how you recall them. They might accuse you of being too sensitive, crazy, or imagining things. Their goal is to undermine your confidence and make you dependent on them for validation. Gaslighting can be incredibly damaging, both emotionally and psychologically. If you suspect you're being gaslighted, trust your gut instincts. Keep a journal or a log of events, conversations, or behaviors that seem off or manipulative. This can help you establish a clear record of what's happening and provide evidence if you need to confront the gaslighter or seek support from others. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist for support. Let's talk about the fraudulent liar. This is a person who uses deception for personal or financial gain, often with a callous disregard for the well-being of their victims. They're like con artists, skilled at creating illusions of trustworthiness and legitimacy to lure unsuspecting individuals into their web of deceit. They might forge documents, create fake identities, or spin elaborate schemes to trick people into giving them money, information, or access to resources. Protecting yourself from fraudulent liars requires a healthy dose of skepticism, especially when it comes to financial transactions or business dealings. Don't be afraid to ask questions, verify information independently, and get everything in writing. If a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Trust your instincts. If something feels off or suspicious, don't hesitate to walk away. Educate yourself about common scams and fraudulent schemes. Be wary of unsolicited offers, high-pressure sales tactics, and requests for personal or financial information from unknown sources. Now let's talk about the protective liar. This is a person who lies not out of malice or self-interest, but out of a deep-seated desire to protect others from harm or emotional distress. They believe that their lies are acts of kindness, shielding loved ones from harsh realities or painful truths. Their intentions are often noble, but their methods can be misguided and ultimately damaging. Dealing with a protective liar requires a delicate balance of empathy and honesty. It's important to acknowledge their good intentions while also emphasizing the importance of open communication and trust. Let them know that you appreciate their concern, but that you're strong enough to handle the truth, even if it's difficult. Reassure them that you'd rather face challenges head-on, equipped with all the information, than be shielded from reality. Finally, let's talk about the reinventor. This is a person who constructs elaborate facades, crafting new identities and backstories for themselves, often in an attempt to escape a past they regret or to impress others. They might fabricate tales of exotic travels, invent prestigious job titles, or embellish their accomplishments to create an image of themselves that they believe is more appealing. Their lies are often driven by insecurity, a longing for acceptance, or a desire to escape the perceived mundanity of their own lives. Dealing with a reinventor can be tricky. On the one hand, it's important to approach the situation with empathy. Their need to create a false persona often stems from a place of deep-seated insecurity or a lack of self-acceptance. On the other hand, it's crucial to establish clear boundaries and protect yourself from potential manipulation. Encourage the reinventor to embrace their true selves, flaws and all, and remind them that true acceptance comes from being comfortable in their own skin. Remember, fostering genuine connection requires authenticity. And there you have it, a crash course in the diverse world of liars. Remember, the goal isn't to become suspicious of everyone around you, but rather to equip yourself with the knowledge and awareness to navigate these complex situations with grace and wisdom. At the end of the day, fostering a culture of honesty starts with us. By choosing to be truthful in our own interactions, by creating safe spaces for open communication, and by responding to deception with compassion and understanding, we contribute to a world where authenticity is valued and celebrated. So the next time you encounter a tall tale or a suspicious story, take a deep breath, trust your instincts, and remember the tips and insights we've explored today. Armed with this knowledge, you'll be better equipped to navigate the intricate dance of truth and deception that is an inevitable part of the human experience.